we were friends, but you know.
No, I mean, I think we can talk for a while. I think
I was kidding.
We did this last time. We did this last time, and I think, it kind of it's a particular way of kind of framing the kind of creation that we're doing, and it adds character in a way that you wouldn't have.
That's true.
Without it, I went ahead and started the camera, by the way.
Oh, you started it. Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
So you decided that you do actually want to talk to me.
I
was just trying to understand what's going on here.
I decided I might be able to talk to you.
Okay.
For a period of time.
Okay. Is that on a timer? Am I gonna get time warnings for that, or?
I'll give you a 5-minute warning, just like
Excellent.
when we're playing.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's funny, right? Because you're talking about timing the piece, and I feel like, given the fact that we both have very complicated relationships with time.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't have a complicated relationship with time, though?
Well, we'll see. I feel like I'm probably gonna lose track of time this time before you do.
Well, you're just on what is it? Sometimes they use the Greek words, the chronos and the kairos, like there's the like clock time, and then there's the like divine time.
Oh, divine time, yeah.
Which is, I think that's kind of what like art, like creative, artistic stuff is on divine time.
Yeah.
So, which is, I think that one is kairos.
Kairos.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna be Kairos time,
not
20-minute time.
I think it will be Kairos time. Yeah.
Well, so. I did read this thing. I can't remember who wrote the article, but one of those big publications, like the New Media Places, was like talking about the big clock that runs everyone's life, and how we're all slaves to time.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what would it be like if we weren't slaves to time?
What would it be like?
I don't know.
What does that mean? I mean, like, before that clock was made, we still had, like, the sun, and like things like that. That it's like, nobody could, keep a year from going by, or speed up the, like it's. And and in a way, isn't that also kind of what sets us free? That we have the rhythm that we can rely on. We know that we don't have to worry about whether or not whether next April is going to be 3 months from now or 27 months from now. We know that in exactly 12 months there's going to be another April.
Well, really. 12 moons, if you think about it.
I don't know why 13, right?
13 moons, 13 I don't know why we moved off the lunar calendar. Like, I feel like that was a very good...
I love the lunar calendar.
Like, nobody these days knows what the moon phase is anymore. They're just
like,
oh yeah, there's the moon.
Right,
it looks kind of full tonight. And it's like, can you imagine living in a society where you always know what the moon phase is?
Yeah.
Think about how much easier moon rituals would be.
Yeah, I think wasn't there something that's like people just didn't want to have 13 months in a year?
Oh, is that what it is? Because it's bad luck? Are there 13 moons in a year?
Well, it's more than 12, right? Because like the moon, like once in a while you have 2 full moons in a month, or 2, or
Yeah, but it's not fully even always, right?
No, because you get different parts of the phase at different months.
Yeah.
So just whatever phase that you have at the end of the month, you have that phase somewhere near the beginning of that month also.
But the calendar year is based on going around the sun.
Right.
So
which is like totally independent from the moon, and like and it's not exactly 13 times either. Like
it changes every year.
And that's why Ramadan keeps. And I don't know what other holidays.
All the Hindu holidays do that
Jewish
too.
Holidays.
Yeah, because they're not when
and Easter changes too.
So Easter Easter is different. Like and I think that the Jewish holidays are also different. But like with Ramadan, like when I was in middle school, like. It was like around Christmas, and now it's around Easter, and I guess
Oh, that's funny.
in another 20 years or something, it'll be like around Halloween or something like.
Well, somebody was saying that because like if it's in the summer, it's really difficult because the day is so much longer.
Oh yeah.
And so you have to fast all day. From sun until sundown.
Yeah.
And
on this hemisphere, it is. Yeah, and especially like really far north and right now we're closer to the equinox, so it's just kind of a normal. The fasting is just kind of like literally half the day.
Yeah.
But
Well.
yeah, that always confused me because I'm always so used to having it based on what season it is, and to have a holiday that can like change it
That's true,
change its
yeah.
season is confusing to me. But I guess it can. I don't know. That's just not what I'm used to. But yeah, so like Easter, like today was considered Easter by certain calendars. It's not Ethiopian Easter. It's not any Orthodox Easter, but it is Easter by other calculations.
So should I be baking Easter eggs today? Is that?
Well,
like
in
Easter
Ethiopia, you could be doing it. You should be doing it in 2 weeks.
Oh, I see.
But
we can do this again in 2 weeks.
yeah. So there you go. So
Do double Easter.
yeah.
What even is Easter?
Well, it was a ceremony of like new birth and like fertility, like rabbits are fertile and
It's a pagan holiday
and-
for fertility.
and eggs are fertile, and then at some point they decided that it was also about Jesus coming back to life.
And candy.
And then later they added candy. I think first it was rabbits, and then it was Jesus, and then it was candy. I think
That
those
seems
were
like
the
a logical progression.
things.
It's like you have the animal that eats the greens from the ground, and then you have the wine and the bread, and then if you ferment the no, that doesn't make any sense. If you add things from the ground, if you add things from the ground like the sugar cane to the wine and the bread, then you get candy, right? No, that doesn't make any sense either.
Where did the eggs come in?
Yeah.
That's just the fertility. This is
Yeah.
the fertility.
None of that I just said was accurate, even a little bit.
I don't know. Some people would say most or all of our traditions are equally imaginary.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think I care at all. I think let's just keep imagining.
I think when I was younger, I wrote a story about a bunny king.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was really sad.
Should we do our piece about a bunny king?
We could do a piece about a bunny king. Is that the inspiration for today?
What is now?
Okay, bunny king. There we go.
There we go. Should we
It's
get started? I'm gonna go ahead and
bunny king.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch my audio inputs
Okay.
so that and we'll
Good
go ahead and get
started.
started.
Sick of this paper.
Already.
I'm glad it protected you from all of our conversations.
Give me 90 seconds. I give myself like 20. Oh boy.
So something happened.
Something happened.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned to not try new paints live.
But that always happens though when you're improvising. Like I try new patches live. Like,
yeah.
Like I don't know if you can see it. You can't see my screen, but like I'm just gonna go through this right now as I'm talking. I'm gonna say, okay, chromatic percussion, glass bell pin drops. That's the name of this patch. I have no idea what glass bell pin drops means. That's something, nobody knows what that means, right? Okay, it sounds like this. All right, I'm just gonna start improvising by holding this key down because it's doing something kind of cool. But I think if I do this, then something else will happen. I think if I do this, then something else might happen, except actually no. I know if I do this, then cool stuff happens, and then I can tell there's a little rhythm to it, so if I change this tempo over here in real time, then it'll speed up, and then it'll slow down. And meanwhile, 60 seconds or 90 seconds or something have passed, and I just generated 90 seconds worth of sound, but I had no idea, absolutely no idea what was going to happen.
Yeah, that's definitely what
And I've done that so many times. I think the last one was from last Monday or Tuesday, so perhaps improvisation number 1028 or something like that was just an exploration of all these patches that I'd never done before. And yeah, you're not in control.
Yeah.
Right? You don't get to, and even with what I was playing, I felt like I didn't. There were so many things that were actually not matching what I was hearing, and it did not come out the way I was hearing it. And I was over and over, sort of trying to adjust my thinking and just kind of being resigned to the fact that the music was something different than what what my conscious was trying to create, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's always gonna happen. Anyway.
One thing that's interesting that I noticed last time too is that I think I did this I unfolded and refolded the paper last time, but this time it's too wet for me to do that. So this is just a disaster that has occurred. Is that the biggest area of the piece is not the one that I'm I realized very early on that this was just meant to be abandoned. So I abandoned all of this over here. But I feel like I actually if this can dry a little bit, I feel like I got if you just take this bit over here, I think I got some interesting stuff going on in this area.
Having had the benefit of seeing the whole thing, I really like the way that the whole thing, it's not symmetrical, so it's more sort of telling a story. It's there's a beginning that's a little bit more empty, and then there's a huge burst of energy, and then after that point, that's where the real kind of intrigue comes out, and the real sort of complexities of the stories come out. It's not easy to be a Bunny King, and I think that.
But I guess there's a lot of blood in the Bunny King's life. I knew that going into this piece, that the Bunny King had to shed a lot of blood to get to the king. As my 6-year-old self was also very well aware of, by the way.
Well, there you go. And it's not really an authentic story if we can't be honest about the blood.
That's right.
That's fair. Yeah. It's definitely one reason why I really like doing these with you is because I feel like it does kind of it moves like some of the stuff over here. So this stuff this was the initial kind of image that I had in my mind. And then all of these things as you continued playing came out a little bit, and then I felt like it was smokier and so I don't know. Maybe you've convinced me. It's okay as a whole.
It absolutely is, but you also there's multiple valid interpretations, and you're allowed to like the way that it looks when you have the whole thing, just kind of laid out like that, and you're also allowed to rip off 2/3 whenever you want and say, you know what. This is from now on. I'm only going to look at this part, or I'm going to keep this other part to myself, or I'm going to show one group of people this part. Another group of people. You can pick who try to.
As you can see here, this is the Bunny King.
That's the bunny king.
That's the bunny king's evaporated in the smoke.
Oh,
This is what happens.
Yeah.
You start out,
You
you're a little
actually
bunny,
get that
you're kind
acorn.
of hopping, you're hopping along through the little
Hopping along
forest.
through the little
You
forest.
kill everybody, and you have some
Kill
like
everybody.
you
That's
have
how you
some
become king, right?
Yeah, you kill everyone, become king. You have some like inner turmoil, right? Some the blood mixes with your blue bunny.
Well, yeah, I
like
see
naivete,
all of that happening.
and then you just dissolve into bunny smoke because there's nothing left of you, you know. Because
Whoa.
it's your little bunny heart here, and it's just kind of like up
Just
to
Whoa.
like up and down.
yeah.
I think that is what happens when you become king, when you become sort of when you sort of take power in that sort of violent way, and then like what even is left in you.
Yeah,
afterwards.
exactly.
Yeah.
And over here you're just kind of scattered everywhere. You wish you could go back over here, but you can't really. It's just over here. Yeah, it's really funny because
Whoa.
when I was making this, I was really unhappy with this middle part. But now after discussing it with you and the bunny
Right.
kingness, it's very bunny king.
It's what it takes to
Yeah.
become a bunny king.
There we go. Happy
Wow.
Easter.
Happy Easter. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. This is Mekkie Bansil painting.
The bunny king.
And the bunny, from now on as the bunny king. Thank you for watching. Come to watch on YouTube tomorrow for improvisation number 1036, I believe, and we'll have more collaborations happening in the future, and stay tuned for that as well. Have a great rest of your day.
Nice.